Ladies and gentlemen.
Roll the camera. Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we are featuring an interview with a very peculiar-looking gentleman.
Scene 1, take 1.
Kia ora. Welcome to S.J.S News. I'm Liam.
And I'm Brittany. Today on S.J.S News, we have an up-to-the-minute news report about S.J.S School and their amazing win in a Rugby World Cup competition, the terrible circumstances of a fundraising fight for paraplegics, and our story of the week about a Stratford youth caught streaking at a cricket match. But first up,
Today it was announced that S.J.S School in Stratford has won a rugby competition. Every student in room 10 has won a ticket to attend the 2011 Rugby World Cup final in Auckland. The students are ecstatic about winning this competition. The competition involved the naming of the All Blacks team and its coaches. The students said that the competition was fairly easy and are excited about attending the final. The tickets are worth approximately $30,000. This prize package includes flights for the class and teacher to Auckland, accommodation for 3 days at the Duxton Hotel, transport to and from the game, and $20 spending money for each student. The class has also won $15,000 spending money towards electronics for the school. The principal and teachers are grateful to the Year 8s for this prize. They would like to purchase laptops and cameras with the money. This is a huge success for a small town like Stratford. Here's our on-the-spot reporter, Matthew Bushell, with Paddy Arnold.
Hello, I'm Matthew Bushell, and here we have Paddy, who was the student who entered the competition on behalf of his classmates and school. Hi Paddy, and thanks for joining us today. Can you tell us, Paddy, how you came across this World Cup competition?
Well, I was reading about 4 weeks ago, I was reading the newspaper and I saw the Rugby World Cup competition, so I cut it out and I went to school and I gave it to my teacher and she said, "Well done, Paddy." And then about a week later we won the competition and we got all the cameras and laptops all for our school.
How did your school manage in the field of technology before you got the laptops and cameras?
Well, we only had one camera and all the other classrooms hogged it, and we had only 2 computers and they were about that big and were really slow. But now we've got new cameras and laptops and even iPods.
What do you think are the chances of the All Blacks winning the 2011 Rugby World Cup?
Well, I think they've got a very good chance, but there's also other good teams like Australia and England and even the Rugby World Cup champions, the Springboks. But I have my bets on the All Blacks because they've got a mean haka.
Thanks, Paddy. And that's all from me. Back to you, Brittany, in the studio.
an interesting interview. Thanks, Matthew. And now for something completely different. On Friday the 11th of February, an up-and-coming Stratford boxer who is a student at Stratford High School was paralysed from the waist down after hitting his head during a fundraising fight for paralysed children and teenagers. The fight was held at the TET Sports Complex in Stratford. Simon Leader was taken to the Accident and Emergency Department in Hara by ambulance when fellow boxer and close friend Jack Shane punched him straight between the eyes, breaking his nose and causing him to fly backwards. He then hit his head on a corner post of the boxing ring. He was admitted to Hara Hospital after waiting 4 hours in the emergency department. In this time, he began to lose the feeling in both his legs. Doctors realised his prognosis straight away and rushed to reduce the pressure on his spine. However, the intervention was unsuccessful. Simon will now live life as a paraplegic. Neurosurgeon Dr. Sing Song Sang said that it would take Simon a long time to adjust to life both mentally and physically. His parents have stated their views on this care. They find fault with the Accident and Emergency Department at Hara Hospital and will investigate the possibilities of starting criminal proceeding against the hospital. Now over to our reporter, Rachel Addington.
Thanks, Brittany. I'm Rachel Addington, and joining me now is the mother of Simon Leaders, Elizabeth Leaders. Tell me, Mrs. Leader, what was your reaction when your son was knocked out in the ring?
Well, I'm lost for words. I was shocked that this has happened to my family, to my son.
How do you feel about waiting 4 hours in the Accident and Emergency Department at Hara Hospital?
I was disgusted that someone in his condition had to wait that long. He should have been attended to immediately.
And what changes do you think your family will need to make when your son finally arrives home from hospital?
Well, first of all, we're going to need to change the stairs, and we might need to extend some of the doors in our house. And we will need to get a special van to transport him in, which is certainly out of our budget.
And we're out of time. Back to you, Liam.
Thanks, Rachel. Now for something completely different. A number of parents in Stratford are disgusted with a local 17-year-old youth, Max Rowlands. He has made several appearances around town at their children's cricket matches and streaking across the pitch. We have made contact with Max's parents, and their only comment was that Max is currently grounded and will apologise when the time is right. This was stated on Friday at noon. However, during the Stratford 12's cricket match against Inglewood, Max was caught streaking again. Sources report that he was struck by the ball and dashed into a nearby bush before anyone could follow him. It is reported that Max has told his parents that this was only a joke and he didn't intend to offend anyone in the community. He said he has realised he has disrupted many cricket games and it is not acceptable behaviour from a 17-year-old. His public apology will occur tomorrow at 12 o'clock at the TET Sports Centre. I'm sure Max's streaking days are over. However, there is a bright side to this report. The Stratford Black 12s won their game against Inglewood and have made it to the Taranaki final. Let's cross to our on-the-spot reporter who has more on the situation. Over to you, Henrietta Malcolms-Warren.
Thank you, Liam. I'm Henrietta, reporting at the S.J.S School Stratford cricket pitch. With me is Bert Caldwell, a disgusted parent who viewed the streaker. Now, can you please tell me what your initial reaction to this incident was?
Well, Henrietta, I was very shocked that the same white-bottomed maniac streaked again in front of a group of people.
How do you think Max's streaking affected players and the game?
I think Stratford Black bowled 3 batsmen out because they wanted to show that they were not foolish but responsible.
What punishment is suitable for Max's behaviour?
If I was his parent, I would ban no iPods, no PlayStations, and definitely no streaking forever.
Okay, thanks for your time, Bert. Over to you, Demelza Shaw with the weather update.
Thank you, Henrietta. Today's forecast takes us to the far north, where Whangarei citizens woke up to a chilly frost. But with a drastic change in temperature, it became hot at 27 degrees by approximately 12 noon. Moving down to Auckland, the temperature is only 10 degrees, with possible showers heading in for the afternoon. Hamilton will be much the same, with an icy wind sweeping the city, but they can look forward to lots of good weather in the next few weeks. It doesn't seem to be Rotorua's lucky day today either. They will have torrential rain, which is steadily increasing, with possible flooding in the lower parts of the city.
The sun is shining down on Taupo though, a perfect day to be out on the lake. But remember to wear a sun hat, because at 29 degrees, this is a hot spot for sunburn.
Conditions are varied over Taranaki. New Plymouth citizens are concerned about tidal waves, with the west coast seas raging, whereas Stratford is covered under constant rain. But Opanaki is experiencing a nice patch of weather, reaching a lovely 28 degrees. As we head south, the temperature drops, a shocking 5 degrees from Fielding through to Masterton, including winds up to 100 kilometres per hour. However, it seems to be clearing up in the capital city. That's right, Wellington woke up to a heavy rain, but now the sun is shining and the city is enjoying the temperature of 23 degrees. That's all from me for now. Good night, New Zealand. We'll spot you tomorrow. Back to the news desk with Liam and Brittany.
Thanks to Melza. On that note, we say goodnight.
We hope you enjoyed the show and be sure to catch us next time.
For now, from me, Liam.
And me, Brittany, it's good night.
Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.
From the whole team at S.J.S News,
Goodbye
e no hora.
Ladies and gentlemen. Roll the camera. Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we are featuring an interview with a very peculiar looking gentleman.
Scene 1, take 1.